Okay. Lab 3. So in lab 3, we will be doing a graph. Okay, only graph. So the same thing which you did in the lab 2. Here the variables will be, you will have to do the graph for many variables. Okay. So in lab 1, we just learned how to open, save, rename a file, and also how to classify a variable depending on the type of data. In lab 2, we learned how to draw the graph for numeric continuous variables for different types of data. And now in lab 3, we will be learning about the summary statistics. Okay? Summary statistics is nothing but the mean, median, mode altogether. Those things, we call it as summary statistics. So mainly, the lab 3 is mainly concerned on how do you obtain those data for the variables mentioned in the subset of small town. Okay, and I hope you guys are using the subset of small town for your assignment. Okay, make sure you use it. You don't have to download it each and every time from the platform. Okay, that will be very wrong, because I have seen one assignment in which the graph was wrong. Okay, if you do not use the subset of small town, then you can plot a graph, but the data inside those graphs will be very, very different. Okay, so yeah, you must use only the subset of small town to do your assignments, all assignments. Okay, so here, so how do you obtain a summary statistic? One is by drawing a graph, and the other method is by the contingency table. Okay. The aim of these two methods is the same thing, just to obtain the statistics. Okay. But the approach is in a different way. One is we draw a graph for the variables, and then we can find out. We will automatically get those summary statistics in the graph. And what about contingency table? Contingency table is nothing but you create a table wherein you will place the independent variable and the another variable which is dependent. Okay, so you will place those two variables in a column and in a row, and then you will have some certain options like mean, median, mode, which you will have to include it in the table, and then automatically the value will be shown. So that is one more method on how to obtain the summary statistics. Okay, so yeah, you have a lot of questions, but it is easy. Okay, so first one I will first one is you just have to open the file. There is nothing to do with that. So the part 2 is you have to obtain the summary statistics for each numeric variable. Okay, one more mistake which I found from the student was, I have already mentioned that you have to write or you have to plot the graph for each and every variable in the small town, subset of small town, right? But I found some students have plotted the graph only for one variable. So I had to deduct some ones for that. So make sure you plot the graph for all the numeric variables. Okay? So I will show that how to do it. And then the third one is also easy. The procedure is same. For 2, 3, 4, 5 it is same. Contingency I can show. Fine? Okay. So let us start now. Let me open my GLP. I want you guys to do along with me for that. Okay. Yeah. Open the subset of small tau. Okay. Now, what was the question? Question was you have to obtain the summary statistics, and the one which is written in the bracket is quite important. Okay. You need only these things. Okay. Mean, median, variance, CV, phi number summary. I can tell you what is that. You will get this phi number summary only if you draw the graph. Okay. The contingency table, you will not have this option. Okay. So now, go back to your GLP. So now I am going to draw a graph, that is distribution. How do you draw a graph? By clicking on the analyze option and then distribution. So now you are obtaining a graph for each numeric variable. So I can choose any variable I want, and that should be numeric. Okay, height is numeric, so I'm choosing height. You can choose the other variables also, and make sure you draw the graph for all the numeric variables. Okay, and then click on OK. So this is what type of graph is it? This is histogram, right? Okay. Now, how do you obtain, where do you find the summary statistics? Here. This is nothing but your summary statistics, but I told you guys to watch it carefully. Okay. So the question is asked for this mean, median, mean, range. Standard deviation, variance, mean. Okay. So what do you have here? You have mean, but you don't have median, mode. You have standard deviation. You don't have variance, mean. So how do you find it? How do you add it? And also, I don't need this upper, lower, mean, standard, error, mean, and then n value. I don't need the last four. So how do I customize it? So just right click on the heading of summary statistics. Okay, right click on the heading of summary statistics, customize, and now you can check and uncheck the boxes which you don't want. So I don't need this. Standard error is not mentioned in your assignment. So let me uncheck this. What I need is mean, standard deviation, mode, median, mode, and then range, median. Yeah, I need CV also. Where is variance? Okay, here it is. So I have all these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have all these 7 items. Okay. It's done now. So what you have to do is just click on OK. After checking, you have to click on OK. Now see. So now the question has been answered properly. So this is done. I obtained the summary statistics till CD, right? And what about the sign of the summary? What is it and where do I find it? I don't have option here, right? I have phi numbers. I don't have phi number statistics, right? Phi number summary is not there. So this phi number summary is also called as quantile. Okay. So where do you find that quantile? Here, right? So that is why I told you that you can obtain the phi number summary only in the graph. Okay. So this is it. This is the procedure for the part 2. Okay. And make sure you do for the other remaining numeric variables. Got it? So this is for part 2, and what about the part 3? The difference between part 2 and part 3 is in the variables. Okay. Here, as you can see, it will be one variable. We use one variable to draw a graph, right? We are drawing a graph for each variable. But in case of the part 3, we are using many variables, and then we are comparing all those variables with one variable. Got it? So this is the difference between 2 and 3. Okay, so how do I do this? Simple, the procedure is same. Let me close this. So part 3, go to analyze distribution. Yes, okay. So now I'm doing the third one. Yeah. So the third one is salary, charity, height. So you have to select all this and place it in Y column. Okay. And remember, the important thing is whenever you get these categorical variables, okay, always the categorical variables are considered as independent variables. Okay, meaning these variables does not depend on the numeric or the other variables. Okay, these variables are always independent. They do not depend on anything. Fine. So let me place this categorical variable or independent variable in the Y section. And then what am I going to do is I am going to select the numeric variables which is mentioned in your question, or we can say dependent variables. Okay, hold on Control on your keyboard and then select all those required, and it's salary, charity, height, BMI. That's it. Place this in Y column. Okay. So this is done. It has been compared with independent variable. Now this is done. Click on OK. What you get is you get graph for a female and also for a male. Okay. So make sure you use the selection tool here and then copy and paste it. You just have to click on the distribution here. Okay. As you can see, it is selected. Only the female part is selected. Copy this, paste it in the Word file, and then you can select the male, copy and paste it in the Word file. Make sure you turn this into the picture format. Okay, let me show you that one.
I got a question.
Yes.
For that, do we change it to horizontal too as well?
Yeah, you can change it to horizontal if you want. It depends on the length of your word.
Okay.
So if it is not fitting into your page size, then you can change it to horizontal. You can see you have to change it to the picture format. See, this is not fitting into my page. So I can change it into the horizontal and then copy and paste it. Or else I can also minimize it. I can do like this. Okay. So this is one more thing there. And make sure you paste the female graph and also the male graph. Okay. So this is done. This is for the part 3. Okay. Then what about part 4? It is same, similar to part 3. One more main thing I forgot to mention. Whenever you do the part 3, whenever you do this graph, let me watch it again. Was salary, charity, was that it? And then the BMI. Okay. I'm redoing the part 3 one. Okay. So this was the graph which you will obtain after doing this. But remember, in your question, it has been asked only for these 5 things: mean, median, standard deviation, and C, only for the 4 things. Okay? And hence, you don't need this quantile. What you have to do is just, can you see that a triangle shape, a thin triangle? Just click on that. It will get minimized. Okay? So that you can minimize your graph and it will look more clear. Okay? Make sure you minimize it. And then, most important is to customize it. Okay? I need mean, median, standard deviation, and CV. I have mean and standard deviation. So what are the other things I need? That is median and CV. So that to add or to take out the options in summary statistics, you are going to customize it. To customize, you have to right click on the summary statistics. Okay, customize, and now I will uncheck all this. I don't want all this. C and then median. Okay, this is what has been asked in your time. Okay, click on OK. Okay, remember you have to do it for all graphs. Okay, uncheck these two. Check whichever has been asked in the assignment. Okay, median. Okay, fine. You have to do the same thing for all the graphs here. Okay, I'm going to close this. Okay, and fourth one is similar to the third one, so you guys can do that. And also the part 5. Part 3, 4, 5 are same. Okay, no changes in the procedure. Only thing is in the selection of the variables. So as you can see, the dependent variables, or we can see the numeric continuous variables are same in part 3, 4, 5, right? Numeric variables are same, but only difference is in these independent variables. I mean the categorical variables. Here it is sex, here it is education level, here it is race. Okay, so yeah, you have to do part 4 and 5 on your own. And now that is the contingency table. Okay, that is the second method to obtain summary statistics. So how do we do this? Let me read out the part 3. So you have to create a contingency table. Why? Because to obtain the percentage of observations per column, and the variables are sex versus education level. One more difference you can find between the contingency table and the graph method is that in case of graph method, we are drawing a graph between a numeric variable and a categorical variable, right? That is like x versus y. X will be always numeric, y will be always categorical. Okay, and then in case of contingency table, the variables, both the variables will be categorical. Okay, always the variables will be categorical in case of contingency table. That is why we are using this method. Okay, why are we using 2 methods to obtain summary statistics? We already have a graph option, right? So why are we using this contingency table? It is because in case of graph method, we cannot do the graph for 2 categorical variables. Okay, if at all you need a summary statistic only for the categorical, then you have to go for contingency table method. Got it? So this is the scope of that contingency table. So how do we create the table? Go to analyze, then tabulate. Analyze, tabulate to get this table. right? Analyze, tabulate, and let me take the question. The question is, it is asking us to, okay. So it has already been mentioned, the procedure has been mentioned here. Go to menu, analyze, tabulate, and then we are going to drag this, the first variable at the top and the second variable to the row. Okay? So I'm going to drag this to the column zone. I can do it again. So you have this, right? So we are creating a table for sex versus education level. So I'm going to drag this to the column zone and then education level. Okay? I'm going to keep this in the row section. So you guys have any problem in this step?
Yeah, can you repeat that because you went a little fast and I didn't see what you clicked on.
Sure. So you have to click on the variable first, okay? And then you have to drag it, okay? Drag it and place it in the column option, the highlighted box. Done?
So if I already went through the steps and I have that to female and male sex, but I didn't enter the right variable, how do I start over?
You have the option called as start over.
Oh, okay. So you selected sex,
Yes,
and then you dragged it to the drop zone for columns.
exactly.
Okay. My numbers look different than yours.
Yeah, it will be different because my sample size is different than. So yeah, numbers will be
Okay.
different.
Thank you.
And then the second variable was education level. So I'm going to drag it and put it in this box, the small box, the highlighted one. Not the down one, the middle one. Okay? Done? Done till here? Or do anyone want me to repeat it? Okay. Fine. So after doing these two, okay, what is the question? Question is to obtain percentage of observations per column, right? So you have to find the percentage of observations per column. Where is it? So this percentage of observations per column is also called as column percentage. Okay? So this one is the percentage of observations per column. Fine. So since it is per column, what I'm going to do is I am going to keep it here. Got it? Make sure you select it properly, not the highlighted one, okay? Not this big one. You have to get this a small box, a little box. That's it. Let me redo it again. You just have to click this column percentage, drag it, and then wait till you get that small box, a tiny box, and then leave it. Okay, that is your column percentage. If you're finding it difficult, I think you have one. Please. Just won't work. Yeah. I think you have to place it here. Column percentage, drag it, and then after you get this tiny box, just leave it. So this is your column percentage. Fine. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So your part 7, 8 is similar to your part 6. So this percentage of observation is nothing but your column percentage. Okay? Fine. So you have to do your part 7 and 8 similar to your part 6. I'm not going to do it because I have already shown you the part 6. Fine. So this is it. This is your lab 3. And for the part 9, you just have to summarize the whole thing which you have learned in the lab 3. That's it. Any questions for this?
Yes. Once we get this table here, do we click done?
Yeah. What you have to do is, thank you for asking that. You have to select the tool, go to tool, selection, and then you have to click on the empty space folder. Okay, just click on that, the whole table will be selected, Control C, and then go to the Word file and paste it here. And make sure you change it to the picture format. And try to maximize it to make it more clear. Done. That's it. And then you can close it. After copying it, you can just close it. Or if you are doing for the part 7 and 8, you can just click on the start over. To close the selection tool, you have to select again on the selection tool. Okay. What is this? So yeah, you can click on the start over and then you can do your contingency table for the part 7 and 8. Okay. That's it, and then you know how to create this table, right? You want me to show it again?
You're good.
Okay. Good then.
Question, man.
Yes.
4 and 5 are basically like the same. You're doing the same type of thing, but with just different variables.
What was your question?
Question 3, 4, and 5, they're like similar, so
Yes, they are similar. The only difference is with the variables. The procedure is same for the part 3, 4, 5. You just have to change the independent variable.
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, then I'm going to stop.